Thank you for that welcome. I have to say my life is now complete. I can say that Big Nev was my warm-up act. So my name's Ian Black. I'm here as Vice Convener of the Scottish Independence Convention. We're an umbrella organisation that has the SNP, the Green Party, Women for Independence, Pensioners for Independence, and we campaign for Scottish independence. I'm here to bring you wishes of solidarity and thanks from the Scottish Independence Convention. Thanks because your campaign makes our campaign stronger. And we hope that our campaign makes yours stronger too. So I was just wondering if anyone was here. Anyone here to rouse a wee bit of rebellion? Anyone here because Wales is big enough, smart enough and rich enough? Is anyone here because they know the children of Wales, your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers, are all capable of running Wales like the children of Norway and Finland are capable of running their countries? So is there anyone here who has the confidence that Wales can be standing on the world stage with the confidence it stands on the rugby pitch? So as a day job, I'm an academic, so I get to look into things and try to understand how things work. And that word confidence is at the heart of your campaign, as it is the heart of our campaign. So, as part of our campaign of moving, when we had only 29% support and we needed to move to 51% support, we had to do research into what those people looked like who we needed to move. And it wasn't that they weren't as bright as us, and it wasn't they weren't as beautiful as us, and it wasn't that they were older or younger or rich or poorer. There were three things which come down to confidence. So we did a little bit of research and we measured three things. We measured risk aversion. And the difference between people who have supported Scottish independence and who didn't is that they were more risk averse. They were so risk averse, they were scared of their own shadow. And we know if you're not prepared to take a risk, there is no reward. We also did a little, in that research, looked into people's perceived collective efficacy, which is one of those great things that academics get to see. But basically that means, how good do we think we are at solving problems? And yet again we found those people who believed in Scottish independence thought that Scotland was more capable of sorting out the problems that would come from independence, and those people who support the Union, well, they thought we weren't good enough. And the final thing that we asked them was about their own effectiveness, how good they were at sorting out problems. And yet again we found that those who would vote against Scottish independence one of the reasons was because they didn't think they were good enough. That's quite a stark picture of a lack of confidence in your own people and yourself. So when it comes to campaigning, and I'm here with three other guys from Yes Edinburgh, North and Leith. You can see the flag over here. And during our campaign in 2014, we had 10 proud folk from Llanelli come to help us. Are they in the audience? And what our grassroots campaign was all about, it was leaflets are just one thing, social media is another, but it was conversations to build confidence. It was speaking to those people that were thinking about it, who needed an arm put round them, and to say, yes, we can. So when it comes to setting up, and if you don't mind me giving you a wee bit of advice from Scotland, this is a grassroots campaign that comes to every street of this fantastic town and every valley and every street in this country, where it's the grassroots activity of you speaking to people and building their confidence. Now, if you don't mind, I've given you a little bit of advice and I hope you feel you can take that on board, but I think I'd also like to take something from Obama's campaign, when his slogan to build confidence and build unity was "Yes, we can." Now, I was at the Scotland, oh thank God I was at the Scotland game last night. I was at the Wales-Azerbaijan game last night. And the young team who led us off in a march where they were fairly good at getting a chant going, and it was wonderful and it brought us together. Is anyone here who got us that march yesterday? Anyone? So I would like to maybe suggest that instead of "Yes, we can," the chant is "Yes, Wales can." Yes, Wales can. Yes, Wales can. Yes, Wales can. Yes, Wales can. Now, can I just ask you, I think that was loud enough for Merthyr, but I'm not sure they heard it in Westminster. So let's raise our voices, let's hear some of those marvellous Welsh baritones and basses, and let's tell Boris Johnson, yes, Wales can!